Everyone, I'm going to be doing my first soap note for this class, and my patient is Mrs. B. She is a Caucasian 66-year-old female. She came into the clinic alone. She's a dependable historian. She's married, and her chief complaint is she has been having epigastric pain, bloating, and belching for about 2 weeks now. So my HPI, Mrs. B is a 66-year-old Caucasian female with past medical history of hyperlipidemia, cardiac pacemaker, implantation, lactose intolerance, and depression. She came in to present to the clinic due to epigastric abdominal pain with bloating for 2 weeks now. She stated that it occurs after eating meals. She reports taking Pepto-Bismol, and so that makes the pain worse. The pain is intermittent, and then the pain is 8 out of 10 when it's worse. She also admits to nausea but no vomiting. She denies pain radiating to back. She denies any chest pain or shortness of breath, and no other concerns aside from that. Uh, her current medication is metoprolol 25 milligram, one tab daily due to the cardiac pacemaker. Her vitals are okay, no pain today. She's in no apparent distress. She was able to ambulate with a cane. And then on examination, I noticed that her abdomen was non-distended, no tenderness when palpating. Her bowel sounds are normal, no rebound or godding, no palpable hepatosplenomegaly. She also had negative Rovsin sign, negative McBurney's point, and negative Murphy sign. Her last labs were 5/2022, so she definitely need a repeat lab. And then her current BMI is 27, which is overweight. So based on, she also has surgical history of cholecystectomy. Forgot to mention that earlier. What else do I need to say? She denies any allergies to food or drug or latex. What else? So based on what she came here for, due to the belching, the bloating, and then the epigastric pain, my differentials for diagnosis, the first one that came to mind was GERD, because that's the most common one. And then she complained of belching, and then the epigastric pain, and then nausea. And then she said the pain occurs after she eats meal. She doesn't have any pain today, so that's why I thought about the GERD. And then she also has the history of the cholecystectomy, and then she also stated that the pain occurs when she takes soda, so that makes the pain worse. So that's why I thought about GERD. So that's my most likely diagnosis. I also thought about gastritis. Gastritis can also cause epigastric pain and bloating, but it can also be caused by extreme stress, long-term use of aspirin, or smoking. Based on the patient's history, she didn't say anything about taking aspirin or any extreme stress, also no smoking in her social history. So that can be ruled out. And then I also thought about peptic ulcer. But then for the peptic ulcer, on her history, I forgot to mention earlier, her H. pylori has been negative since last year. So peptic ulcer can also cause the epigastric pain, but then H. pylori has been negative since last year, so that was also kind of ruled out. And then I also thought about cholelithiasis, which can also cause epigastric pain, but according to her history today, and then the vital signs are okay, she doesn't have any fever, so that was also ruled out. But then all these ones I mentioned can also can also rule it out by doing like a GI endoscopy. So my plan for today is, first of all, she needs to stop the best Pepto-Bismol. She needs to start taking omeprazole 20 milligram daily, and then she needs to be referred to GI for endoscopy like I mentioned earlier, so to completely rule out the other diagnosis I said, even though I'm leaning towards the GERD. The other plans, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna order for some labs, because the last lab she did was on the last lab she had was May 2022 of last year, so she definitely needs some follow-up labs. She needs to do CBC, she needs to do CMP, she needs to do A1C, TSH with reflex, and some other ones that are going to be mentioned in the soap notes. And then I'm also going to do a direct billy just to check for jaundice, even though I didn't notice any jaundice in her height today, but to check for jaundice, also to completely rule out the cholelithiasis. And then I'm also going to do ultrasound of the right upper quadrant. Okay, and then also talk about, I'm going to tell the patient about dietary modifications also, so she won't be having too much pain, because she said that she get the pain when she's well, after eating meals, so she probably needs some dietary modifications. Also her BMI is 27, and then the GRD is probably dietary related. She just needs to modify her diet. And then yeah, then she needs to follow up in 2 weeks or as needed, or PRN as needed, or after the labs, or after the imaging, or definitely she's going to be referred to GI for endoscopy due to her history of cholecystectomy. And then she's also going to do the direct billy and then the labs. And then she's going to be started on omeprazole 20 milligram, like I said. And then she's also going to do ultrasound of the right upper quadrants. And then I'm going to teach her the risk and side effects of the omeprazole. And then I'm also going to teach her on like dietary modifications, the risks, the side effects, and then also follow ups in 2 weeks and or sooner as needed. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. If anybody think of anything else, please let me know. Thank you. Oops.